Hello Aries, and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is your weekly read for the second week of September 2020, and that's from the 7th through to the 13th of September. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle. And I'm going to use this little Faerie guidance oracle to see. Sorry, I'm going to use the Faerie guidance oracle to draw two cards for you, just to start the reading off with. So let's see what words of wisdom the mysterious oracle has for you, Aries, for the second week of September 2020. Let's see what messages are on here for Aries for the second week of September. What messages are on here for Aries for the second week of September? What does Aries need to know? So I'm just going to let the deck, I'm just going to cut it once, it's such a little deck, and I'll use the bigger pile and I'll draw two cards for you. Let's take one near the middle and one near the end. And let's see what you get. You have passion. Passion is an inner flame that will keep you striving towards your vision. So there may be some igniting. Oh, look, and it's got creativity. So passions will be ignited as you strive towards perhaps a creative vision. Creativity, allow your creative spark to work magic. So this is a time for coming into your light, I would say, and sort of delving in creative endeavors and getting your interest, your passions for that sort of activity aroused. So, time of passion and creativity. Let's see what the rest of the reading has for you. So that's actually quite positive and exciting. So let's see what's on the cards for Aries for the second week of September 2020. Let's see what messages are here for Aries for the second week of September. What does Aries need to know? So let's see what's on the cards for Aries. And I'm going to draw four cards again. The first being your self, you, where you are, your position. The second being the challenges you face at this time. Oh, and then the third being advice from spirit. And the last one being your possible outcome, and I'll put an underlining row of cards at the bottom as clarification cards. So let's start with the two that jumped out, and let's see where you are. You've got the Eight of Wands, speed and communication, the Six of Swords, the Emperor, and you've got the Page of Pentacles. Nice outcome card there. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Four of Swords. And bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups, which often denotes like a nostalgic return in emotion to the past, a connection with a time when things were simple and beautiful. And it could involve an act of kindness from someone in your past. But certainly where you are now, you might feel a sudden shift, a change in luck, and it looks to be pretty much for the better. Perhaps some of you have been going through a really difficult time where things have been stuck. But with the Eight of Wands, you know, there's an opening up of communication, and you might get a sense of where things have been blocked, that blockage is released, and there's unimpeded action and advancement where you are at the moment. So that's exciting. There's suddenly things beginning to move, as like there's a shift in energies, a change of fortune for you, bringing about clearer, swifter communications and unimpeded action. Your challenge, though, is to move through a transition, to move on from what could well have been a disturbing, difficult time, and transition to calmer, clearer times. And for many of you, moving towards a goal, a sense of purpose. This is where you find the difficulties. This is where your efforts have been focused right now, and it's linked to needing to feel secure. Perhaps many of you have lost that sense of stability, that sense of security, that sense of being home, being grounded. And you know, there's this, connects nicely with the Six of Cups. Home is a challenge at the moment. Feeling secure, feeling safe, feeling that you're in harmony with others, that you're in a balanced and joyful environment. You're needing to move on toward, perhaps that's your goal, and that's what you're moving towards, trying to regain or create a sense of harmony, security and supportive love around you. You've got the Knight of Swords and the Emperor, sort of urging that as communication is suddenly increased, this communication needs to be clear, honest, and perhaps it's a warning to think carefully, not to just blurt out things, to process and think about what you're saying before you speak out. The Knight of Swords, you know, is the fastest moving of the knights. He just gallops in there. This particular deck, he's not actually on a horse, but he sort of advances without much forethought or planning, because he believes he's justified, he's right. He's often rushing in as in a sort of like a savior mode, but the trouble with that is it can be reckless, it can be hurtful, because it's not carefully thought through. So striving for the truth and expressing yourself honestly, clearly, and with some forethought is needed. And you know, the guidance here is that you'll be stepping into your power. You'll be able to regain a sense of assuredness, self-assuredness, with strategical planning and careful building up of something. You can create this stability, this security, this harmony that you're needing at the moment. So there's your advice, you know, strategical planning and clear communication, clear, honest communication will enable you to build up something stable, something secure, something solid, something that puts you back in a sense of being empowered and being in charge of your own life, of being able to control the world around you instead of being controlled by the world. This leads you on towards your outcome. It shows, you know, if for those of you who are sincerely and acutely battling with communication and family matters and trying to connect with a sense of harmonious belonging, all this battling through transitioning periods, the outcome in the end is that you will be able to rest from that. All the communicative and integrity that you may be struggling with, all those problems, that, you know, arguments and clashes of wills, angry words, this will dissipate. You'll be able to find rest, and with that rest you'll be able to see things in a new perspective, gain some knowledge. You'll come through this with some degree of wisdom, but certainly arms will be laid down, and you may find yourself in a position where you're starting off on a new venture. I get, you know, this is right next to the Emperor. The Emperor was there actually, sort of getting into that sense of empowerment will enable you to begin to build on an idea, a possibility, and, you know, something that's come your way, which if you are able to remain focused, dedicated, and willing to work hard at it, it will take you far. It's something that can really build up stability and value, whatever is of value to you in your life. So, you know, the Page of Pentacles is a lovely card to get near the end of the spread. It sort of promises a great potential for building up something that provides security, stability. But it will require work. It will require dedication and focus. But it's potentially something perhaps that's linked with your creative interests, something that you have a great passion and drive for. And certainly something that is worth, well, that will be a pleasure to focus on after having the turmoil, the struggles of transitioning through a difficult period. So there you have your outcome, an end to your strife, and time to rest from that strife and focus on new projects, new endeavours that have great potential and are connected to your passion, what drives you, and your creativity, and the potential here to really allow your creative spark to begin to work magic in your life. So there you have it, Aries, a wonderful possibility here coming up for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonated with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like button, and you can share and subscribe. But whatever you do, have yourselves a good week. And God bless you till we meet again.